A house.
With a door.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ready to play?
What's the day? It's Wednesday. Hello. Have you ever listened to the noises that things around you make? What about this straw? What noise does this make? Swish, 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 swish. A swish and a bumping noise. See, is there anything else? I think there's something in here. Yes, there is. There's a tin in here. I wonder what sort of noise that makes. I think there's something in here. Ah, yes, there is. Paper clips. Metal paper clips. That's what's making the noise. Clank, 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 clank. Clank, 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 clank. Oh. What about this paper? Rustling sound. What about these? Keys. What sort of noise do you think these keys would make? Sort of jangling noise, isn't it? It could be a bit like bells. Bells ringing. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Is there anything else? The pencil sharpener. If I turn the handle, what sort of noise do you think it'd make? Whir, 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 whir. Creech, 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 creech. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Pause.
Ah, yes. It's not making any noise yet, this clock. But if I wind it up, you can listen to the sound it makes. Can you hear? Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Clocks make very peaceful sounds.
Hello. This machine makes a lot of noises too. It's very musical. Do you know what it's called? It's called a typewriter. Let me show you how it works. I take the top off here. You can see every button I press types a letter onto this piece of paper, which means you can type any words you want. I'm writing a shop on this, so let me just put this back on here. I need some S-O-A-P, soap. This machine makes loads of different sounds, like this one, or this one's my favourite. It's like a bell, isn't it? It's very musical. Ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. I'm not very good with just 2 fingers. There's a piece of music called the typewriter song, and you have to be very fast to play along with it. Let's see if I can keep up, eh? I'm a wish with just 2 fingers. Let's see if you can do better at home. Pretend you put a typewriter in front of you, right? Get your fingers ready. I'm ready to give it a good bashing. Ready, steady, go.
Hello. Different musical sounds with all these different things. First of all, high notes. Then, low notes. La 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 la. Low, 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 low. And all the notes in between as well. First, I'll go high. Can you hear it going down? I'll go up again. I'll play a tune, see if you can guess what it is. Do you know? Any clues? Mary, Mary, quite contrary. I'll start again. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? All different musical sounds from all these different things. But how did the music of the world begin? Did it start with a whistle or a violin? With a pop, 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 or the twangling of a harp, or the booming of a big bass drum? Did the wind through the branches whisper a song? Or did the rustling reeds and the buzzing bees sing a song we have known so long? Bzzz, bzzz.
Hello. Why don't you pretend you've got a xylophone to play? Give it a go. Now let's look at what other instruments I have. I've got a big drum. Big drum. Have a listen. Good meaty sound that. Oh, deep. And on this side, I've got a big gong. Have a listen. Good sound. Now, when you hear the drum, play the drum. When you hear the gong, play the gong. And when you hear the xylophone, give it a good play. Now let's see what instruments first. Xylophone. Drum. Gong. Drum. Xylophone. Gong. Drum. Xylophone. Boom, 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 boom. A big drum and a little drum and a long, long xylophone and a big round gong. A gong. All different types of musical instruments. And if I draw faces on them with eyes, tiny eyes, and long, long, long tails swirling around each other, high up in the sky, bending around. What are they flying high up in the sky? Well, they're kites. And you can see people flying some kites. You can see them in a country called China. And you can see them through the square window. Are those birds or are those kites? They're kites. A lot of people come to see the kites fly. You need a bit of wind to fly a kite. A piece of string is on one end and you hold the other bit and away it flies into the air. There's one with a very long tail. I wonder if that one will fly.
This is the box for Little Ted's shop. All right, Little Ted. Now, what sort of shop could this be? You want a shop that sells lots of different things. What sort of shop could that be, do you think? A grocer's? A grocery shop? He likes that idea. Now we need to put some shelves in.
I've got some old boxes here. This one looks good, 'cause it looks like it's got shelves already in it. Just put this there. I've got these little boxes too. So I can stack these and just let them bounce. In there. And I've got these things too, which look like little old vases, so I can put that there as well for decoration. I think it looks good. What do you think?
Now, Little Ted, I need you to sit inside so we can put your counter in, see how much room there is.
What's that?
That's all right. Now, needs a cash register to take all the money in. So
Okay.
that's a box there, and that's all right.
Now, I've got some more boxes here that I could put in. Let me put this there. These are sugar cubes, so I can put one of them in there as well to balance that in. Now, you could do this at home, couldn't you? If you got some stuff like lying around, like little boxes, you could make a little house or a shop for one of your teddies, couldn't you?
Now, what else have we got? Oh, these are the jars that you put the sweets in. Just put that there. And, oh, I've got another one. Now, that looks good. Oh, it needs a front though, doesn't it? I've got a box here that looks like it could be a window. We'll just put that there, see if that'll stay. There we go. What? The window's a bit dirty. Better clean that so the customers can see.
There you are, little Ted. Now your window's clean. What can you see, eh, mate? What's that? The play school clock. Do you know what time it is?
We'll give you a clue. It's the time that most shops open in the morning. Have another look. Do you know? Well, the long hand, that's pointing straight up. So that means it's Sutton o'clock. And the small hand, that's pointing to the number. Do you know the number? It's the number 9. So that means it's 9 o'clock. What's underneath? It's a swing and a roundabout.
I need these for today's story. It's about a man called Mr. Patelli. He's an Italian, and he moved from his country, Italy, a long time ago to come and live in this country. Well, Mr. Patelli owned a sweet shop. This is it here. And he had his name painted on the front. Patelli's. There were 2 big open areas either side of Mr. Patelli's sweet shop. It was a park with swings and a roundabout. The children loved coming to play in the park, and they loved popping into Mr. Patelli's sweet shop to buy sweets with their pocket money. Mr. Patelli loved his customers, especially if they stayed for a chat.
One day men came and closed down the park. They brought bulldozers and lorries and cement mixers, and they got rid of the swing and the roundabout. And next to Mr. Patelli's shop, they built a big office block. They built it higher and higher and higher. And it made Mr. Patelli's shop look really small indeed. And on the other side of Mr. Patelli's shop, they built another building. This was a supermarket. Now, a supermarket is a shop that sells all kinds of different types of things.
Instead of going to the bakers for bread, the butchers for meat, and the fishmongers for fish, people would go to the supermarket and buy all of their things together there. Now, all this time, Mr. Patelli was feeling very unhappy because he wasn't getting any customers. The children weren't coming anymore because the park wasn't there. People weren't coming in to buy their sweets because they were buying it all in the supermarket. And no one was popping in because They didn't notice Mr. Patelli's shop sandwiched in between these huge buildings.
Soon, the day came when Mr. Patelli didn't sell a single sweet at all. And he said, "Oi, mamma mia, I'm going to have to go back to Italia and close my shop." So he took all the last sweets, put them in a big box, and gave them to some children who were playing nearby. As he was walking home, he noticed that the supermarket and the building looked very quiet and very empty. And just as he was about to shut his doors for the very last time, a man came running up to him and said, "Oh, Mr. Patelli, I don't mean to be rude, but do you have anything to eat? I've been working all day, I'm working all night, and there's nothing round here to buy. Do you have anything?"
Mr. Patelli said, "Well, I don't have anything." "Wait, come into my shop and I'll make you a pizza." Italians are very good at making pizza. They have a pizza base with cheese and tomatoes and toppings and seasonings on it. Well, the man asked if he could come back for another pizza because he liked it so much. And Mr. Patelli said, "But of course, come back any time at all." And then that gave Mr. Patelli an idea. He said, "I'll not to close on my shop, I'll open a restaurant." And that's exactly what he did.
The very next morning, Mr. Patelli bought chairs and tables and put them on the pavement outside his shop. He also bought a new blind and coloured lights to put in his window.
Mr. Patelli's shop was so successful that people from all over town came to try his pizzas.
And every night, when the tall office block and the supermarket closed their doors, Mr. Patelli would open his door, turn on his lights, and serve his customers.
Time for us to go now.
Perhaps you'd like to listen to the noises around you too.
You could see if they remind you of any musical instruments.
Or perhaps you can make a shop out of bits and pieces. Goodbye, till tomorrow.